So you want to become a paramotor pilot. There are a few things that you should know before you decide to become a pilot. One of the biggest things is get training. You'll probably hear this all the time, get training, get training, get training. Well, we know that. We know training is a good thing to have, but where do I find this? United States Powered Paragliding Association, also known as the USPPA. It's online. All of the schools within the US are listed there. There's reviews, there's the students that they've trained, there's the ratings that they've given out. Find a school near you if that's what you choose to do, is to stay local rather than to travel somewhere else to do training. Look at that and find a school that'll suit your needs. Call them all, whichever ones that interest you, call them, get to know the instructors, get to know the people that you're going to be working with. It will make a big difference in your training, and just make sure you fit well. One big red flag I want you to watch out for, though, is if you call a school and all they want to talk about is gear and selling you gear and getting you in the sky on your new gear, I would probably avoid those schools. They're more looking out for, I need to make some money kind of thing, rather than I want to put out good training, get good students, and then they might buy gear from me, or they might buy it somewhere else. But that is a very big key point that I wanted to kind of drive home, was make sure that your instructor is somebody that you can trust and they're not just trying to sell you gear. Now, why should you get training in the first place? Well, a couple of reasons. One, you're going to be flying, so it'd probably be a good idea to have some training and understand what you're doing. But some people don't get it because they look at the expensive, or they look at the how expensive it can be. $3,000 to $3,500 is pretty average, and it is a decent amount of money. But if you think about, if I were to trip and fall in the yard and tweak my ankle and mess up my glider, we're already spending thousands of dollars going to the doctor now. So why would we want to take that money and put it towards the doctor and then time out of the sport and not even being able to enjoy it, versus just getting good training off of the start? And I think when you get training from the get-go, I was self-trained. I will admit to it. I was self-trained over 13 years ago at this point. It took me about 2 years to gain the knowledge that I would have gained in a couple of weeks training, just because I didn't know what I didn't know. There are a lot of nuances within flying that I wasn't aware of, and you're not aware of, which is why you're here. Getting a good training course is going to help with that. I know it's expensive. I know it costs money, but you're investing in your safety and your overall joy in the sport. So it's worth every penny. And unless somebody had a bad training experience with a bad instructor, they would probably all say the same thing, that training was worth it, and I couldn't imagine doing it without training. Another big one, I already mentioned the gear a little bit. Get gear after you trained, not before. Sometimes during, but try to get it after. The reason for this is because you will learn a lot about the gear in training. You will get to fly the gear, you'll get to touch the gear, you'll get to see it, you'll get to see other ones. You'll see all sorts of different types of gear at training, whether it's at the school or other people that are around the area while you are training. At least for us here in Lake Wales, there are 10 different brands out on the field at any given time. So it works great for our students to see these other brands and compare them to what they're looking for. Wait until after you've trained. I know you're going to say, I've done my research, you're excited, and you really just want to get the gear, get it in the house, and just tinker with it. Your new toy, your expensive new flying toy. I get that. Please just wait. Wait until you know what you're looking at and you know what you want. Because right now you don't know what you want. All that's in your head is, I want to fly and I want to get up into the air and just enjoy it. And for most people, that's what they want. An A or a B glider, depending on which one you get. Either one is pretty much fine. There's a few different areas, and that's a whole nother video in and of itself, and something you will learn in training. As far as the motors go, that is another big one, because do I get the big one? Do I get the small one? Do I do foot launch or do I do trike? These are all things that you need to take into account before you buy gear. So it is really important. And ask your instructor about that. Say, hey, I know that I'm going to get training with you, or I want to get training with you. What types of gear do you offer? And if their response is, this is the only one you should buy because it's the best one, I would go another direction and look for somebody else. They're just pushing what they own or what they want to sell, versus if you have somebody who, like for us, we are importers of one brand, but we also sell other brands. So if they say, I don't want that because X reason, I want this one, great. That's no problem for us. We understand that people have different needs and different wants, and most instructors can accommodate for that. And I'll leave you with these two things. Stop with the gadgets. I know you're going to want to get out there learning how to fly. You're going to want the GoPros. You're going to want all the apps. You're going to want the cockpits and all of this stuff and crap everywhere and GoPro recording and all that. You don't need any of that. What you need is a helmet with some hearing protection. It could be as simple as a bicycle helmet and some earplugs. And if that's what you can afford because you got the good training and you got the good equipment, then great, that's fine. Buy a helmet later and buy all the fancy stuff later on. Stick with simple. If you want to do anything, run your phone in your pocket with Gaggle. It's a tracking app that tracks you as you fly, which your loved ones can also follow along as you do so. And put it in your pocket and don't look at it. It senses when you take off and it senses when you land. Great, that's all you need, and it's one less thing to worry about. And if you absolutely feel like you need to have a action camera on you to record stuff, put it on a chest mount or put it somewhere where it's not a snag hazard. A snag hazard would be on your cage, on your helmet. There's snag points. Put it on your chest. No lines are going across your body when you're flying, when you're doing stuff right on your chest. So it's just a way to track what you're doing. Yeah, you're not getting the most beautiful cinematic shots that you see all these guys get on YouTube. That's fine. You don't need it. What you need to do is practice flying. When you go home, leave the gadgets alone. Do touch and goes. Do spot landings. Don't go for the 2-hour-long flight right away. Take off. Do 3 or 4 touch and goes, 3 or 4 landings, and then as your treat, take off, fly for an hour or whatever it is, and then come home and land. You're going to get a lot more benefit from that. You're going to be a more confident pilot, and you're going to be a safer pilot. And the last thing I'll leave you with is you're not that good, right? You just started flying. Maybe you haven't started flying yet. It takes years and years and years to see and to be able to do what you guys see on the internet. If you're seeing somebody do flips and rolls and these beautiful long landings, or just you might simply be looking at it and going, I just want to take off smoothly and I want to land on my feet and take 2 steps. You can do that. After training, if you had the proper wind, you can do that while you're in training. It's just getting the proper training, the proper gear, the proper understanding, and getting to know your equipment. There is no replacement for time in the sky and time with that glider attached to you, and really getting to understand flying and how it works with all of the nuances. So thank you guys for watching. I'm Kyle with One Up Adventures, and if you guys want to see more of this type of content, whether it's for beginner pilots or advanced pilots, just shoot a comment down below and we'll get that made for you.